Listen carefully, because the difference between ordinary people and legends is not talent. It's not luck. It's not even strength. The real difference appears in a single moment. The moment when life tries to break you. Everyone has dreams. Big dreams. Dreams of freedom. Dreams of success. Dreams of becoming someone extraordinary. But dreaming is the easy part. The real challenge begins when reality pushes back. Because the moment you start chasing something meaningful, the world begins testing you. Obstacles appear. People doubt you. Situations become difficult. And slowly the journey becomes harder than you imagined. That's when most people hesitate. They begin asking themselves questions. Is this dream really possible? Am I strong enough?
Can you believe?
Maybe I should choose an easier path.
I got one
Those
good
questions
move left.
slowly weaken their
It's
determination.
gonna push me to the limit.
Not because they are lazy, but because the pain of failure feels real. And failure hurts. When you give everything you
Foxfire
have
style!
and still
You're
fall short,
kidding me. Either
that
this
moment
attack
can
works
shake your
or I die.
confidence.
Maybe it's
It
just
makes you
time
feel
to go.
small. It makes you feel uncertain.
Hey, Kaido!
It makes you believe that it's too big for someone. Many people stop at that moment.
Flame
They step
red!
back. They lower their guard.
I got a
convince
duty to
themselves
protect
it's
my
all right to
character.
save.
Gonna smash
But
your
some
head
people
in that
refuse
bad!
to do that.
Try mine
They refuse
first!
to back
You
down.
think you can?
Even after failing, even after falling, even after the world laughs at them.
Let's try
Because
again.
deep inside lives something
Ravi!
powerful
Us, damn it!
and unbelievable. Belief that your dream is worth fighting for. That belief is everything. It turns pain into fuel. It turns failure into lessons. It turns doubt into determination. Because when someone truly believes
That's
in
no...
not a reason to quit.
ordinary weapon he's got!
Every legend
One
was
sword
once doubted.
style!
Every success story was once called unreal.
Fly! Dragon blade!
They refused to back down. No matter how many times they tried. They stood up. No matter how many times they tried. They kept moving forward. That kind of persistence is rare because it requires courage. The courage to keep going when progress feels invisible. The courage to stand alone when others give up. The courage to keep fighting even when victory seems far away. But something incredible happens to people who develop that courage. Each challenge makes them stronger. Each failure makes them wiser. Each battle sharpens their spirit. Until eventually, the person who once struggled begins to transform. They become tougher, more determined, more focused than ever before. And the same obstacles that once looked impossible start looking smaller. Because when you refuse to back down, your spirit becomes stronger than the difficulty in front of you. Right now, you might be standing in that moment. The moment where life is testing your determination. The moment where the dream feels distant. The moment where giving up looks easier than continuing. But that moment is exactly where your story is decided. Because every legend faced that same moment. And their decision changed everything. Now everything becomes quiet. The world fades into silence. Your thoughts slow down. And your mind reaches that powerful pause. When the world tells you to give up. When the pain of failure still burns. When your dream feels further away than ever before. Will you step back and let the world defeat you? Or will you stand up again and prove that your will is stronger than every obstacle in your path? Now understand something important. Falling down is not the real problem. Everyone falls. Everyone fails. Everyone faces moments where their strength feels exhausted. The real problem begins when people stop standing up, because every dream demands sacrifice. Not small sacrifices, but real ones. Time, energy, comfort, sometimes even relationships. When you chase something big, life will test how serious you are. It will push you into uncomfortable situations, moments where you feel alone, moments where progress feels painfully slow, moments where the result of your effort is invisible. That's where most people lose their fire, because humans naturally want quick results. We want proof that our effort is working. We want signs that our struggle is leading somewhere. But dreams rarely work that way. Dreams demand patience. Dreams demand endurance. Dreams demand faith even when the results are still hidden. That's why persistence becomes the most powerful weapon. Because the person who refuses to quit automatically moves further than the person who gives up early. Think about how many people stop just before success appears. They were close, closer than they realized. But exhaustion convinced them to quit. Doubt convinced them to stop. Fear convinced them that continuing was pointless. And just like that, the dream disappears. Not because it was impossible, but because the journey was misunderstood. The truth is, every meaningful goal takes time. It takes repeated effort. It takes falling down and standing up again more times than you can count. But each time you stand up, something inside you changes. You become tougher, more patient, more focused. Because you begin to understand something powerful. Struggle is not your enemy. Struggle is your training. Every obstacle teaches you something. Every setback reveals a weakness you can improve. Every challenge strengthens your mindset. Slowly you begin transforming into someone stronger than the problems around you. And once that transformation happens, your confidence changes. Not loud confidence, not arrogance, but quiet belief. The belief that no matter what happens, you will keep moving forward. That belief is incredibly powerful, because once you believe in your own resilience, nothing can truly stop you. People might doubt you. Situations might slow you down. Obstacles might appear again and again. But none of those things matter if you refuse to stop. Because the person who never stops moving forward eventually reaches the destination. That's the simple truth most people ignore. Success is rarely about being the strongest. It's about being the most persistent. The one who refuses to disappear when things become difficult. Right now, you may still be walking through your own difficult chapter. Maybe progress feels slow. Maybe the dream still looks far away. Maybe the effort you give every day feels unnoticed. But remember something. Every step forward matters. Every attempt matters. Every time you stand up again, you prove that your spirit is still alive. And that spirit is what eventually carries people to greatness. Now, once again, everything becomes quiet. The world slows down. Your thoughts fade into silence, and your mind reaches that deep moment of reflection. When life knocks you down once again, when the road feels longer than you expected, when doubt whispers that maybe it's time to stop, will you stay on the ground and let your dream fade away? Or will you stand up again and prove that you will never back down, no matter how many times life tests you? Now the truth becomes clear. The world never promised an easy path. Dreams were never meant to be comfortable, because comfort does not create legends. Struggle does. Pressure does. Moments where everything feels impossible, those are the moments that shape who you become. Most people spend their lives avoiding those moments. They choose safety. They choose the predictable road. They avoid the storms of life because storms are painful. But the people who chase their dreams understand something different. Storms are not the end of the journey. Storms are the test of your spirit. When the wind becomes violent, when the waves become uncontrollable, when the path ahead disappears in darkness, that is the moment where true strength appears. Because at that moment you have two choices. You can step back. You can convince yourself the dream was too big. You can tell yourself that maybe this journey wasn't meant for you. Many people choose that path, and slowly, their fire disappears. But the ones who reach greatness choose something different. They look at the storm, they feel the fear, they feel the exhaustion, they feel the pain in their body and the doubt in their mind. And yet, they take another step forward. Not because they are fearless, but because their dream matters more than their fear. That is the mindset that changes everything. When your dream becomes stronger than your fear, nothing can truly stop you. People might doubt you. The road might become harder. Life might knock you down again and again. But every time you rise, your spirit becomes stronger. Your determination becomes sharper. Your belief becomes unbreakable. And eventually the world begins to notice something powerful about you. You don't quit. You don't disappear. You don't run away when things become difficult. You keep moving forward, step after step, battle after battle, storm after storm, until one day the impossible begins to look possible. The dream that once felt distant begins to feel real. The struggle that once felt endless begins to reveal its purpose. Because every scar, every failure, every painful moment was preparing you for this exact moment. The moment where your spirit becomes unstoppable. And once someone reaches that point, there is no going back. Because the person who refuses to back down is the person who eventually changes their destiny. Now the journey reaches its final pause. Everything becomes silent. The wind stops. The ocean becomes still. And your mind stands at that final question. When life throws its hardest storm at you, when your body is tired and your heart is heavy, when the world tells you that your dream is impossible, will you finally surrender? Or will you rise again and prove that your will is something that can never be broken?